And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Cheap Ludes, one day early. Look, it's typically a Thursday tradition. It is now a Wednesday tradition. Traditions are meant to be broken, so it is what it is. Let's go over the new, I was going to say gifts that 2K has bestowed upon us, but 2K doesn't really bestow upon us any sort of gifts, just opportunities to lose money and false hope and heartache. That's usually what they bestow upon us every Thursday, and this week is no different. So let's take a look. First off, Horace Grant, fantastic. Now that being said, we should have known, and if you didn't know already, then you should have, that Horace Grant is really good, and for that exact reason, what 2K was going to drop at PAX was going to be significantly better, because 2K, every time they give us something incredible for free, must come through and give us something way better that you can spend money on. So you already know what it is. We got next packs. We kind of figured Chet Holmgren was in here. We know for sure two of them, which are Holmgren and Banchero, which, like, whatever. People have been saying next packs for weeks, and a lot of people have been saying next packs this week. This is about the same time we got them in 2K21 and 2K20. Possibly 2K19 too. I think we got them around the same time. 2K19 ones were a little bit different. They didn't include actual college players, but the last 2 years have. You could make an argument over which one was, like, more devastatingly effective. I would say the cards in 2K20's next pack were a little bit more overpowered than last year's. That's my own personal opinion, just because I feel like LaMelo, Anthony Edwards was really good. He was basically a Dwayne Wade clone, and James Wiseman was incredible. So I think they were a little bit better, but we could see that completely blown out of the water this time. 10 future rookies, 3 young NBA ballers. Oh man, I wish they would bring back NBA Ballers so much, dude. I love NBA Ballers, just with so much of my being. NBA Ballers, I know NBA Street is like, the GOAT non-simulation NBA game, but NBA Ballers was right there. As good as NBA Street was, did they allow you to hoop in the backyard of Stephon Marbury's house in a velour tracksuit with 3 chains on? No, they did not. So for that reason, edge NBA Ballers. Also, soundtrack, top tier. Fantastic. I love NBA Ballers. NBA Ballers Phenom was an absolute disgrace. Don't ever bring that garbage up to me. Invincible Cade Cunningham. Pardon me for not being incredibly excited about Cade, and the reason being is A, he's going to be way too expensive. B, even in the Invincible wheelhouse, we have 3 players that are either better or just as good in Ben Simmons, Luka, and Penny Hardaway. So he's not going to be quite as useful as he would be if he came out like a month and a half ago. You know what I mean? That being said, Cade's going to be nasty on current gen. On current gen, he's probably going to be one of the best point guards, if not the best point guard. Straight up, Cade was a nightmare on current gen earlier this year, and I don't believe anything's going to change. He'll still be good on next gen, but I don't think he's passing like Luka or MJ on next gen, in my own personal opinion. Also, Endgame Magic, who I keep forgetting exists because he's just so far out of my price range, I'll never have him. So yeah, kind of remains to be seen. I mean, he's probably a fringe top 5 point guard at this point, which, he's still Cade. I know Jacob's going to be running him for sure, 100%. Any Detroit Piston fan is going to ride Cade Cunningham all year long, which sounds pretty gross, but it is not meant sexually. Evan Mobley, Mobile Mobley. Now, Mobley's an interesting case because I don't think anyone's really necessarily sleeping on Evan Mobley as far as this card specifically, but he's definitely the least hyped out of the 3 that have been announced thus far, and I actually think he potentially could be the most useful. And the reason I say that is the next card is obviously going to be the best, but I think Mobley is going to be basically invincible Bol, right? Like, that's kind of the player that we're getting here. I think if Mobley can dribble and he has the correct SIGs, he might actually be the best power forward in this entire game. I don't think that's outlandish to say. Mobley's been good all year long, and I don't think this card is really going to stop. His jump shot isn't the best, but I think it's fine, and on very quick, it'll be just okay. I mean, remember how everybody rode the Diamond Mobley card? Yeah. This card's going to be stupidly expensive, though. I mean, I don't think he's going to quite hit $1 million. He'll probably be around 6-7K, or 6-7K, I wish. 6-700K initially, Then we got Scottie Barnes. Endgame Scottie Barnes, which, by the way, this card art is pretty fire, dude. I have to admit, 2K outdid themselves with this card art. Why does he look like that? Scottie Barnes is like an avid My Team player, too, which I find very interesting. You know what I mean? Endgame Scottie is going to be ridiculous. You know what? 2K better give him an Endgame Scottie for free. You know, MLB The Show does stuff like that where they'll give, like, real baseball players, like, 99 versions of themselves to play with in Diamond Dynasty, right? 2K, I feel like, is actually too money hungry to ever do that. I feel like they would make Scottie Barnes, like, legitimately open packs for his own card. I feel like they would totally do that. Like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they give it to him for free, but I really don't think they do. Like, I think if Shaq got on here, I think they would make Shaq open packs to get his own Shaq card. I really fully believe that they would do that. Maybe I'm incorrect about that, but I believe that that's true. Now, looking at the draft cards that we might see are the next cards. I think Jabari Smith is a pretty good lock, and I mean, he's going to be like a 6'10 forward. Once again, it's really hard to predict what they're going to do with the jump shots, just because they give these players random jump shots every single year. Like, I think Cade had 98 last year, did not have 98 this year. All the jump shots for the 2K20 guys were way off. I believe Anthony Edwards had 98. He never had 98 again, so I don't know what they're going to give them, but they typically start to give them, like, you know, jump shots that would be fitting for their size. So, like, Jabari Smith wouldn't shock me if he had, like, Brook Lopez base with his size. Or base 98, because, I mean, like, Ferry has it and stuff like that. And I'm trying to think of another jump shot that he could have that a lot of, like, 6'10 guys have. Base 38. Yeah, something like that. Obviously, we're getting Chet Holmgren. I guarantee they make this dude a Poku clone. I guarantee it. Like, I bet they would. Or they'll make him like a Bol or Jonathan Isaac clone. That's Bol would make sense. Chet having Brook Lopez base makes a little bit too much sense, actually. That's probably what it's going to be. Paolo's going to have Rudy base for sure because his card that came out already had Rudy base. And once again, he'll be ridiculous. And most of these cards are going to be a buyout, too. I mean, I think Chet and Paolo are probably the two that are going to be the most expensive based on their hype. Jaden Ivey, shout out to him from Purdue. I don't know. Look, this year, I have not been paying attention to college sports, bro. I don't know who any of these people are. Straight up, I don't. 6'4 shooting guard. I mean, Trey Burke base 98. What other release? I mean, they might give him like base 3 or something, maybe. He'll be all right. I don't know who this guy is, but he is ranked 5th, so I would assume he gets a card as well, and he'll be fine. Whatever. Probably give him like Pippen base or something. Who knows? Dyson Daniels, which is a really interesting name. They named him after a vacuum cleaner, which is pretty cool. He's got a very high IQ. Sweet. That's helpful. He's from the G League Ignite. I love the G League. I respect the G League. I don't know what kind of jump shot they're going to give this guy. I have no. He's 6'8", so it's like a weird height where they could give him any number of jump shots. I don't know. Shaden Sharp, maybe he gets a card. I don't know much about him. He's from Kentucky, so it kind of makes sense, but who knows. Jeremy Sochin, maybe. Keegan Murphy, no. I'm going to say Keegan Murphy doesn't get a card based solely off the fact that he's getting drafted by the Spurs, so no one knows who he is. And B, he plays at Iowa. So, nope, he's not getting a card. I'm going to say it right now. AJ Griffin played for Duke, for sure. He's getting a card 100%. Johnny Davis, he plays for Wisconsin. No card. Don't care. Nope. Kansas, possibly. Where's the dude who was my sleeper dark horse? Oh, look. Oh, hold on. This is who the Bulls are drafting. Tari Easton? I don't know. If Easton's three-point shooting is for real, he's going to be a steal for the Bulls at 18. You love to hear that, except he'll probably get drafted up here by the Hawks because the Hawks just can't have enough three-pointing wings. Three-point shooting wings, they can't. Poverty franchise. Hate them. They haven't even stolen our pick yet, and I'm already mad. Where's my sleeper, though? I have a sleeper over here that I think, yes, Nikola Jovic. This guy. I feel like this guy's going to be in the set. All right. Don't ask me why I feel like this guy's going to be in the set, but I really feel like they need a European in there. So I feel like they're going to throw this guy in. Fake Jokic is definitely coming in the set at some point. Hear me out. So Paolo was good. He's 6'10 with a 7'2 wingspan. He had Rudy base on quick. He'll have Rudy base with Kobe upper on very quick. He already had elite dribble sig, so they're going to change it a little bit. Probably give him like You know, Trey escape, something else, whatever. This card was already dumb. I mean, this card basically had 80 plus and everything anyway, and he came back out in February. I mean, he was a free agent card for sure, but still. Yeah, I mean, not much is going to change. The card's good. I mean, you know what it is at this point. Scottie Barnes is an interesting case because they gave him John Wall base on Very Quick before, which is really good, but this is an endgame card, so he's going to have a different release. So far, the trend with the endgame cards is they've been giving each one of them a different release. Now, I don't believe they're going to keep doing that forever, but I do think that they're going to do that for a little bit. So my guess would be Exum base would be my assumption. That would be my guess as far as like what release he gets. I think Exum base makes a whole lot of sense. They gave Wilt Luka base. Dirk got set shot 25. Magic got base 3. I think Exum would make a lot of sense for Scottie Barnes. I'm just going to say that. No point in speculating what's up with the card because, you know, literally every single badge is off and he's going to have 99 everything. So, cool. He'll be the cheapest of the endgame cards, but that's not going to mean anything. I mean, instead of being like 2.2 million, he'll be like 1.4. So, whatever. And I could be totally wrong about that. He could be 6. I don't know. Who knows? Cade had jump shot 80 before on quick. I would expect them to keep the jump shot. Just give it to him on Very Quick. I mean, I assume they probably give him the same SIGs, right? He probably keeps D-Rose as SIG, right? Yeah. The escape, Trey Young escape. I mean, they gave it to every single card at this point, so I would expect that to continue. This they probably change. I don't think they have Tatum's crossover. They probably give him like MJ's or Giannis's or something. Who knows? Curry's, I don't know. The leaner. I think they change his leaner. I don't know what to. I'm just kind of guessing things that they're going to do. Cade's going to have every badge. There's really no point in talking about that. Evan Mobley, though, jump shot 84. I think it's a really good release. I actually think Evan Mobley is really solid, and I think once they give it to him on Very Quick, I think that's going to be a big swing for him because I don't even know if the Power Within one had it on Quick. The Power Within one did have it on Quick for sure. And I mean, it was kind of a slower release, but it was very easy to green. Did miss whites though. That's the trade-off there. And I mean, I'm Very Quick. I think it's going to be really solid. 7 foot tall, 7'4" wingspan, blocks a lot of shots, can move really well. They're obviously going to change his dribble SIGs. He's going to have quick dribble style, pretty much the most meta dribble moves in the game. Like, it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? He'll be good. Obviously, he's an invincible Evan Mobley, dude, which I told you guys that we're going to get a bunch of random invincibles this year. Just wait. I'm just waiting for... It's not going to be invincible Greg Ostertag. Like, I can dream, but we're going to get some super random invincibles out here. Like, Invincible Darko, dude. Please give us Invincible Darko. I would love a draft bust set. Like, I would love a draft bust set. We got the next set. Give us like a, you know, not like a bracket buster set because that was kind of whack. But give us like a college hero set or like a college all-star set and just give us a bunch of invincible guys who were fire in college. Like Josh Childress, for example. Darko obviously wasn't fire in college. I don't think he didn't go to college. But, you know, Jimmer. Guys like that. Just give us a bunch of those guys. Invincible Tyler Hansbrough. Sure, why not? Who cares? Invincible Redick. Like, stuff like that. Come on, man. Come on, 2K. Let's go look at the market. See what's up. Look, I'm not even going to come in here and start ranting and raving about market crashes because how many times have you guys been cucked and teased about market crashes coming to NBA 2K22 my team, and then the weekend comes around and there's no market crash. There's 1,000 videos every single week detailing market crashes that never come. Okay? It's like the Mayan calendar of my team. Super frustrating. All right. The reality of the situation is the market doesn't really crash this year because 2K has done a very good job of making it a market of haves and a market of have-nots, right? The best cards in the game are so expensive they're unattainable for the average player, and there's a lot of good budget options, but reality of the situation, no parity between the cards. Now, like, we're going to see a drop in price, obviously, in some of these Invincibles. Like, shout out to my boy Robert Horry, Debbie Harry's son, Robert Horry. Now, look, should you pick up Robert Horry? Honestly, on Next Gen, he actually looks really good. That mellow base on Next Gen is clean. There's 5 POWs. Either there's 1.5 million POW fans that are holding all the POWs or just nobody drew them. And I'm guessing it would be the latter. A lot of these power forwards are going to drop off in price for sure. There are so many Duncans, dude. I might go and try to, not a snipe, because I hate the word snipe, and also, like, I'm incapable of doing it due to my horrendous attention span. Couldn't even think of the word for attention span, so you know it's bad. But I might try to pick one up for right around 100K. Use Tim Duncan all year. I don't care. Tim Duncan's my boy. If it wasn't for Ben Wallace, yeah. So, I mean, you might be able to get, like, Garnett and Duncan and some other guys, like, closer to 100K, but none of these invincible cards are going to crash until they do GOAT X invincible packs at the end of the year. You know what I mean? Or Endgame X invincible packs. But you know what? I saw someone say they're going to do like 30 endgame cards this year, and I'm actually thinking, yeah, they will. The one thing that made me realize that, yeah, they might be doing more endgame packs than I had realized was when they left Bill Russell with set shot 17. Like, that's what I was like, oh no. Like, we're going to get some endgame packs, and no question we get an endgame Ben Simmons. I guarantee at some point this year we get a Ben Simmons with Luka base. I feel like we all know it's coming. We all know it's coming. It's just none of us are ready for it. But I guarantee a Ben Simmons with Luka base is not too far off in the future. And that is, I would say it was going to break the game, but Luka base literally breaks the game on next gen. It's not really going to be that much worse, honestly. People will freak out and rant and rave for view purposes, but like at the same time, it's not really going to change all that much. One card I do think we'll see go down in price is Bo Cruz over here. Mr. Juan Hernan Gomez. I think his name is Juancho, which is super tight. It's like an S tier name. He might go down simply because we're getting so many cards tomorrow that we might see him drop a bit. Bull too. I actually think Evan Mobley, when he does come out tomorrow, I think that's actually going to affect Bull's price a little bit more than people are realizing. Bull, I still think has the better player build of the two, but Evan Mobley doesn't play too much different of a role than Bull will, especially if he has the correct dribble saves. You know what I mean? These cards, man, the hero cards, I find this so hilarious, right? I saw somebody pay $800K for a Robert Horry yesterday. I saw people pay $100K plus for Bill Russell. I saw people pay ridiculous prices to lock in for Wilt. Had they literally just waited 24 hours, they could have locked in for Wilt at an absolute fraction of the cost. It is about half as expensive today to lock in for Wilt as it was yesterday. Not even at peak time, but at like 2 p.m. Right? Like, a lot of these cards weren't even buyouts yesterday. Garnett wasn't, for sure. I mean, he was like later on during the day, but a lot of the other ones weren't. I mean, Kobe's still expensive. The big name guys are still going to be expensive, but they're even down in price a little bit from what they were yesterday. I mean, Michael Jordan and KD are holding their value just fine, but like Dwayne Wade's down about 10, 15K. Robert Horry is a damn buyout at this point. Like, I saw people spending $800K for Robert Horry yesterday. You can get him for like $70K today, probably less. There's one for $77. This is one for $72, and it's like about to expire. Yeah, you can get Robert Horry for like $50K today. These idiots. People thought they were going to come up super hard, and I'm sad that they didn't. I wish they would have, because I wish they would have drained the piggy banks of some of these MT stashing players for sure. But I watched people pay $800K. You couldn't wait 24 hours for Wilt Chamberlain. You just had to have Wilt Chamberlain. You were so rock hard chubbed up for this endgame Wilt that you overspent by like probably 4 million MT to get this card a mere 12 hours before other people got it. Jesus Christ, why did you do that? I don't think anyone in this community did it, but at the same time, I just find it very hilarious. People paid 1 million MT for Robert Horry yesterday. He's $70K right now. He could even be less. I didn't even look that hard. I guarantee it's like 50. Y'all are foolish. That was a foolish move. Now it still probably costs like 1 to 1.5 to lock him in, I would guess. It might be less. I mean, Durant's like 300-400K, and then Kobe and MJ are gonna run you probably. That's going to be a majority of your cost right there are going to be those three players. I mean, that's probably going to cost you about $600K just to lock in those three. So it's still going to be closer to a mil. But I think it's worth it if you're on next gen. I think on current gen, I would hold off because I think you can get a center that's going to be better on current gen for significantly less. By the way, you know, I know everyone's been hyping him, but Ben Wallace looks great. Haven't picked him up because I just haven't been playing the game today, but I will be picking him up because Ben Wallace is my boy. John Starks actually looks relatively fun. I'm going to pick him up and just run him for funsies. When it comes to these switch set guys, these are the ones that are going to drop the heaviest. from super packs. Now, the thing I will say is I don't know if like the, locker code cards are going to be in super packs, but knowing 2K, they probably will. So maybe hold off if you're trying to build up your collection. I mean, who cares if you spend 10,000 on Bojan, honestly, or 10,000 on Seth Curry? Like, it really doesn't matter at all. I mean, if you want to pick them up, go for it. They're super cheap. Like 9,000 for Seth Curry's fine if you're trying to build an all Maverick squad. You know what I mean? There's really nothing that I would say to go absolutely look for unless you're trying to pick up like Invincibles. I was going to say Unlimiteds. Invincibles, like, they might be cheaper, especially if you're looking for like a power forward. But for the most part tonight, just grind for Grant, see if you can snipe some players, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Opening packs, being sad.